And now, Real Estate Today with Jackie Malhotra.
Hi there, everybody, and welcome to our first show of Real Estate Today. I am your host, Jackie Malhotra, and I will be here with you every Friday at noon. We have a great show lined up for you. We're going to be discussing all sorts of real estate topics, market updates, the buying and selling process, what to look for when hiring a realtor, all the way down to lending, everybody involved in real estate transactions. So this is going to be an awesome show, so please stay tuned. I just want to tell a little you guys about myself. My name's Jackie Malhotra. I was born and raised here in Amador County. I'm a proud graduate of Amador High School, and now I work and live in Sacramento as a realtor for Lion Real Estate. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about the market, and I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. And stay tuned because we have Gail Harris here from All Power Brokers, and we will be having a great conversation about real estate. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Real Estate Today. So again, I'm Jackie Malhotra, your host, and today I have with me Gail Harris with All Power Brokers. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great, great.
Thank you
so
for
exciting
being here.
to be here.
Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it.
No
being
problem.
here on our first show. So, Gail, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been in the business for nearly 40 years.
Okay.
I've been a broker and owner of my business for almost 20 years. The industry has been challenging at times, but exciting. I love what I do. I love helping buyers and sellers. It's an exciting business, and it's a fun business. I enjoy every bit of it.
Awesome. That's really great to hear. It's nice to see some of the experienced agents and hear their take on how the market's transitioned and changed a little bit over the years. And so we're really looking forward to hearing what you have to say kind of about the Amador County market, because I'm not 100% familiar with what the market's doing here in Amador County. So let's talk about, a little bit today about what drives the Amador County market.
Predominantly, the market is a retirement community. We get a lot of people from the Bay Area and Southern California that want to retire here. Our job basis is the Jackson Rancheria is our #1 employer, and then we have our county, and then we also have the prison. So a lot of jobs that people are coming here for their jobs and following family members to the county because they love this county.
Absolutely.
So we're not really job driven. It's more the retirement, and then we have investors looking for rental properties, investment properties, apartments, that type of thing.
Okay.
We're so close to hiking, lakes, fishing, wineries, wonderful restaurants. It's just a great community to live in.
Awesome. So what are some of the amenities that maybe bring some of these, out-of-town buyers here into Amador County?
Well, the fishing, for sure, is wonderful. The hiking up country, we have Kirkwood Ski Resorts. We have wonderful restaurants. We get a lot of people that want to come downtown Jackson, Sutter Creek.
Right.
And as I said, the wineries are wonderful. So
Absolutely.
we have wonderful amenities. Our hospital has an excellent reputation. We have some great doctors. There's a lot of good things in this community.
Okay, cool. And so you mentioned hospitals, and you mentioned the Rancheria, the bigger kind of attractions for people that when they're coming here. So tell me a little bit about what are people looking for when they come here, and they know that they're, the retirement community, I guess we'll say, because that kind of is what drives your market a little bit up here. So when they're looking for the amenities, like you said, the restaurants and the wineries and the hospitals and things like that, what's the main thing that you hear that draws them?
Well, the main reason that they want to be here is they're coming from areas that there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people, a lot of hustle bustle. There's conveniences where they live, but there's a lot of people. So here, they're looking for a little bit of land. They want a little bit of space between them. They don't want to see their neighbor. They want a little bit of land.
Absolutely.
They want to still be convenient to shopping and to the hospitals, but they want that space. And what's kind of funny, some of them actually are buying larger homes. They've raised their family in the Bay Area, and it's a smaller home. And when they come here, they buy a larger home because they want to entertain their family here in the country.
Which is cool, because typically when people are talking about retirement, they're usually downsizing.
That's right.
So they're going from, a 3,500 square foot home to a 1,200 because it's less maintenance, less to do, but it's the opposite up here. Which is awesome, because that is available here in Amador County. You can get, a nice big chunk of land and a nice home and, have everybody else do the work for you since you're in retirement.
The other one is first-time buyers. First-time buyers, there's a lot of first-time buyers.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the first-time home buyers.
The first-time buyers are people that have lived here. There's a lot of people, it's amazing, that have gone to high school, like yourself.
Right.
They've graduated from here,
Absolutely.
and they still want to stay here. When they come back, they want to bring their family and raise their children here and be raised in a community like they were raised in. So the first-time buyers, we're looking at FHA loans and USDA loans, but we do have a lot of first-time buyers.
Okay. And so are the first-time home buyers more, what's their criteria for coming, for buying a home in Amador County? Is it the school districts? Is it just raising their family in a small and quaint community?
Bottom line, it's the price. They try to stay within a certain price range because they can only afford so much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they do think about the schools, but most of them have already checked out the schools before they've come here, and they've been raised here, so they know what school they want their kids to go to.
Absolutely, and they don't really have much of a selection, which is great. Coming from Sacramento, we have too much of a selection. So being here in Amador County, you've got the great schools, the best teachers, and you don't have to do open enrollment and sit around and wait for a school. So that's really a positive for them as a first-time home buyer. So what other types of buyers are here in Amador County besides your retirement and your first-time home buyers?
Second homes. We get a lot of people that are in the Bay Area or in Southern California that are making extremely good money right now, and they want to buy that future retirement home, but it's going to be a second home for many years, let's say 5 to 8 years before they retire, because a lot of these people that are buying second homes, they're younger people.
Right.
And they're going to retire younger than probably what their parents did, but they're buying that second home now. So we're getting a lot of second home buyers.
That's great. And so you're staying busy with those second-time home buyers.
Yes.
Those keep you busy typically year-round,
yes.
would you say?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's great. I mean, it's always nice to see, the Amador County market welcoming new people.
Yes.
Because that's kind of, being a small community and welcoming new people and, you being the professional and showing them around and telling them what we have to offer, it's really attractive to them coming from a larger city in a bigger area. So, so let's talk a little bit about where they're coming from. So.
Well, where they were coming from is the Bay Area and Southern California. We get some from the Sacramento area, but mainly it's from the Bay Area and Southern California.
Okay.
Surprisingly, we've recently had people that have moved out of state and they want to come back to the state of California, and they can't afford other areas, but our areas, it's very attractive.
Absolutely.
And recently, in the USA Today newspaper, we were named one of the top 5 places to retire. So that has helped us. I personally have had telephone calls that people saw that article, looked it up online, and want to know more about Jackson and want to come here.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's great.
So were we number 5, or we were
one of the top 5.
One of the top 5.
One of the top 5.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many places that people can retire, and for Amador County to be named as one of that, I think that's a big pat on the back to all of the whole community.
We're close to Lake Tahoe, close to San Francisco.
Centrally located.
Yep, it's a wonderful location.
Absolutely. I just want to read a little article quickly here because this great little magazine that I get here, and it's a real estate thing, Understanding the Changing Market. I thought it was really important, and you may agree, but let's talk a little bit about this if this is what you're hearing from our buyers.
Sure.
So it's just understanding today's home buyer. So according to CAR, which is the California Association of Realtors, they do a little survey once a year, and they just survey their buyers and what the buyers want. So these are people that are our clients and that we're catering to day in and day out. So we want to make sure that we're, meeting all of their criteria. So what CAR said was that the result of this year's home buying survey found that today's home buyer wants what they've always wanted, and that's a real estate professional who works very hard, someone who can negotiate a good deal, someone who can help them find the home of their dreams. So I think that those are things that everybody's always wanted. Would you agree?
I agree. Totally.
And that's what your clients are telling you right now that they want, your retirement people, your first-time home buyers, your second home buyers, your investors. They maybe be a little more with numbers. They may care more.
They still want an energetic, good agent to negotiate for them.
Absolutely, because, the market changing so much. Things in the summertime may be priced a little bit more aggressively, would you say?
It just depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. Some people are a little bit more motivated, and the key is pricing it right to begin with.
Absolutely.
If it's priced right to begin with, it will go off the market in a relatively quick time frame. But if it's not priced right and you're chasing the market, then that's tough.
Exactly.
Very tough.
Exactly. So, going back to talking about, what types of buyers are in Amador County, I just want to talk a little bit more about the first-time home buyer, because I know that technology is kind of coming about this day and age, and it's something that you've probably has graduated with you in your career, because
Oh, yeah.
obviously it hasn't been around forever. And so what are the pluses and minuses for you of the technology market?
Well, I don't necessarily, it's time. It saves you time, but it also, you've got the technology of your phone, you've got the technology of your computer, and what's nice is that the average buyer is looking, I'm going to say 80% of our buyers are looking online, and they find that home online before they ever contact you as a real estate agent. So that's
Absolutely.
wonderful. They can see pictures
Yep.
of the house, they can get views of the maps of the area, so that part is just fantastic.
That's really great. I mean, I think that a lot of people are a little timid. A lot of agents, I would say, are timid by, technology, because it may scare some people because they don't know, what these people are finding on the internet and on these apps that are available
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. But in turn, it really does help make our job a little bit easier.
Yes, it
I
does.
would say.
Yes,
I mean,
it
it does narrow things down for your client. So you're not showing them 30 homes, you're showing them 5 because they've found the 5.
They've already looked
they're
at
helping.
10 online, and
Exactly.
they've narrowed it down to 3 to 5 houses.
Exactly. Well, this is a really interesting topic, Gail. Let's stay tuned for this. We'll talk a little bit more about the buyers that we have here in Amador County. Stay tuned.
And now back to Real Estate Today with Jackie Malhotra.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again here. I have Gail Harris with All Power Brokers, and we were discussing a little bit about the buyers that we have in this Amador County market and technology, and how technology has helped, I think, us more than it's hindered in our industry. So let's talk, aside from technology and the first-time home buyers, we've talked a lot about the investors, we've talked about second-time home buyers, we've talked about retirement. So now just tell me a little bit about the foreclosure and short sale market. Do we still see that?
There are fewer and fewer foreclosures and short sales. We've had many, many over the years, and what we're seeing now with the buyers is the buyers that lost their house in foreclosure or sold their house through a short sale 3 years ago now can qualify for that FHA loan, and so those are buyers today.
Absolutely.
Those buyers are actually going back to the communities that they lived in before, and they're buying homes that are half the price what they lost that home for, unfortunately.
Exactly.
But they are still active buyers.
Right. So that's really good news, because, that kind of tells us that our market's leveling out.
Yes.
We're getting back to where reality hits and, away from the inflation. So good for them. That's great news. I'm happy to see that there's not as many foreclosures and short sales because,
they're going away.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
going away.
Okay, good. So let's talk a little statistics now. So let's talk about how many homes were sold in 2013. Let's talk about the 2013 market to today. So tell me a little bit about...
Well, I'll have to, it's not going to be off the top of my head, so I have to look at my notes
perfectly
here.
fine.
But in
We don't expect it.
2013, and I'm talking about the entire county,
Okay.
all of Amador County, and this does not count mobile homes. This is just residential homes. There were 553 homes for the year that sold in 2013.
Wow.
The average market time on the days on the market was 108 days. The average sold price was $227,000.
Okay, let me stop you really quick here. So 108 days was your average on market. Is that long from 2012? I mean, if you can remember back, or is this...
It was probably
normal?
longer in 2012.
Okay.
And that days on the market starts from the time that they listed their property
Okay.
until it actually closed escrow.
Okay.
So from the time of listing until the escrow closed.
So that's not as dramatic sounding, because, I mean, think about it. If you had a house on the market 30 to 60 days or 30 to 45 days, and you have a 30 to 45, maybe 60-day escrow, that's kind of putting you at that 108 days. So
Yes,
that's not too dramatic.
And it's not to say that somebody that prices their house right, they can get an offer within the first week.
Absolutely.
And they can be closed. This is just an average.
Average, okay. So do you see that often? Do you see how, I mean, are you putting houses on the market and the local brokers, in the community, and they're flying off quick? Some of them, is that, if they're priced right, or is that just the desirability
It's all about
of the area?
price and location.
Location,
If it's priced right and got a great location and it's what the buyer is looking for, they are selling within a short period of time.
Right, that's great. That's very cool. Okay, so let's talk more statistics. So that was in 2013. So let's go into 2014.
2014 year to date, there's 336 homes
Wow.
year to date that have sold. Now, that's about 37 per month.
Wow.
The average days on the market was 126 days.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, some of these houses that are on the market, we've had a couple in the year 2014 that sold over $1 million.
Wonderful.
And we haven't seen those sold prices in Amador County for quite some time.
Really?
But there have
Yeah.
been a couple of $1 million sales. So that's exciting for us. It's exciting for the community.
Absolutely.
The average sold price for 2014 year to date is $241,000. So it's gone up a little bit. So that part's good.
Yeah, that's a great average home price for an area that is known for having affordable homes.
Right.
You know, so is that just residential, or does that have anything to do with land?
No, the
ag?
land sales are slow right now.
Slow.
The cost of building is very expensive, and
It
they
is.
can actually buy an existing home a lot cheaper than what they can build a home for. So you're seeing people buy a home and remodel that home instead of building from scratch.
Okay. So how's the inventory on the market
Inventory's
right now?
good. Right now we have 226 homes on the market currently.
Okay.
Looks like the average list price is $368,600. Average days on the market is 128 days.
Okay.
Again, keep in mind, some of those go off the market within the first week. Some of them take a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
So the higher price range, it's a little bit more difficult to get those buyers. Anything that's priced in the 200 to 250 range, that goes pretty quickly.
Okay.
If it's 300, 350, 400, 500, then we have a limited amount of buyers that are buying that price range.
Okay, awesome. And I know we don't really, you know, lending isn't our topic. That's not our profession. We're the realtors. But would you say that the home prices that are over, you know, the 470, the jumbo, are they sitting a little bit longer because it's harder to get qualified for a loan, or are those people cash or?
A lot of those people, they're sitting longer because there's less people looking in that price
Okay,
range. But
okay.
again, if it's the right property, those properties are selling.
Okay.
And a lot of these buyers that are retirement buyers that are coming from other areas, they can buy double the house. They come here, they sell a house for $750,000. They sell a house for $750,000, and they come here and they buy one for $400,000, for $350,000.
Right.
So a lot of times they're paying cash for the homes here.
Okay. What's your specialty? Do you primarily focus on residential? Do you do?
I do a little bit of everything. I've done large ranches, I've done restaurants, I've done residential, I've done land investments. I do a little bit of everything.
That's awesome.
Being in the business as long as I've been in it.
Right, exactly. That's great.
Amador County, I've been in the business for 33 years. I've had my own company for the last almost 20 years.
Wow, that's great. So I want to talk a little bit about one of your listings right now. We might as well talk about it because right now, what are the average days on market for your listing that you currently have?
The listings I currently have, average days on the market is about 90 days right now.
All right.
I have a really exciting listing that I love. It's in Sutter Creek, and everyone loves Sutter Creek.
That's right.
This home almost looks like it fits in San Francisco. It's within walking distance to downtown Sutter Creek.
I love
You can go to all the restaurants. You can go to all the wine tasting. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It's got a 2-car garage.
Wow.
It's listed for $319,500.
Great
and
deal.
It's less than 7 years old. It is a fantastic house.
Where is this located?
It's right on Spanish Street. Everyone loves Spanish Street.
That's a wonderful area.
And if you don't mind, can I give the address of Spanish Street?
Absolutely, as long as your clients are okay with it.
They're okay with it. It's number 90 Spanish Street. 90
Spanish Street, Sutter Creek, California. And if you want more information on that listing, you can call Gail Harris
at 209-304-7501. Please give me a call.
Absolutely. That would be wonderful. So, Gail, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of your valuable information, all your experience, everything that you've brought to the table today. We're going to go to break, and we will be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Real Estate Today. I'm your host, Jackie Malhotra, once again, and we have Gail Harris here. So, Gail, tell us a little bit about, if you don't mind, the week of a realtor, the day of a realtor. What's your schedule like?
Well, there's 24 hours in a day, and sometimes we're working about 38 hours in the day.
That's right. That makes sense.
A lot of people think that we just sit in the car and take people around and look at houses, and that really isn't it. There's a lot to prepare. When you take a listing, you got to take good photographs, hire professionals to take those photographs. You have to market the property.
Absolutely.
We, as a real estate group, we meet once a week and have a caravan, and we tour areas all over the county, and we don't go show together, but we're all in caravans. And it's exciting to go through some of these houses that other agents have listed, and they're show well. Some of them are staged, some of them have food. It's, you know, the agents seem to be attracted to the ones that have food and prizes.
That's right, because on broker tour, we're planning our day, and if we don't have to go to lunch and we get to go see a beautiful home that's staged and has a nice lunch, we're good to go, right?
Right.
Good.
That's real important to price your house right. Make sure that you pick the right realtor. A local realtor, I think, is so important when you're listing your property. The marketing that the real estate agent does, and what we do is we're not only showing you the properties, we're searching the internet just like you're searching the internet to see if we can find other properties that fit your needs.
That are comparable.
That's right.
That's right. And so when you take a listing, just tell me a little bit about, just a quick, you know, what do you do for your clients?
The first thing that I do when I take a listing, I hire a professional photographer. And I do professional photos. I have it on the internet. I have my website. I put it in 2 multiple listing services. We have our local MLS service, and then we have Metro, which is in Sacramento, and I list in both of those MLS services.
Absolutely, to give your clients a wide variety of the buyers, because a lot of them are coming from out of town.
That's
so you want to make sure you're hitting all of that audience.
I enhance all the listings on Realtor.com, which is where the majority of the buyers are looking. We hope they're looking on Realtor.com because that is the most accurate site. That site pulls all the information from our MLS system. So that is the best site for a buyer to look at.
Awesome. Well, Gail, thank you so much again for being here. I really appreciate your time, your professionalism, your valuable information. And, you know, if you have any questions on today's market or buying or selling, please call a realtor. And we have Gail here for you to call it. Area code 209-304-7501. Thank you so much for being here today. We'll see you later. Take care.
You've been watching Real Estate Today with Jackie Malhotra. You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.